Oh guys, breaking news, what we have here is the perimeter of the airfield. Yes, this is the Sheremetyevo airport. I can see kind of the big aircraft without the engines. It could be 777 or Airbus A330. It's hard to judge from this perspective. Well, this is definitely Airbridge Cargo Airlines Boeing 747. And here we have something burning right on territory of the airfield. Sheremetyevo, Moscow. Wow, for the first time actually, guys. For the first time drones visit this airport. And Moscow is being targeted the last night quite hard. This is the picture that was shared few hours ago, showing the trajectories of Ukrainian drones, and some of the missiles, maybe drone boats, are pictured with this purple color, but the target is northern oblasts of Russia, southern regions and eastern regions. Interesting. Russians, they're in shocked. Просто пиздец. It means that everything is fine. She says that air sirens are here, attack is happening, oh my god, what should we do? I'm shaking, oh. Special military operation. I don't understand what is happening. Some kabooms. Whoa.
Ёбаный в рот.
Probably I cannot show you the kaboom. Oh yeah. Something kaboomed over there. You see the drone was flying here. Probably electronic warfare is definitely working. Some of the shop downstairs. Alright, so it hit the building from the side, but everyone is okay. So no worries, Russians. It just hit the balcony and didn't went through. There is no fire. Well, just a small one, but it is fine. So it will not spread. The shop itself is, I would say, more or less okay. Just some of the cars were wrecked, but compared to what Russia does to Ukraine, it is basically about nothing. Ukraine sends the signal to Russia. That's better to stop the special military operation. I'm also sure that this building wasn't the target for Ukrainian drone. Drone was probably flying to Sheremetyevo to visit that big local airfield. Well, I would go to Vnukovo. I was flying to Vnukovo, by the way, lots of the times before in my career. I would say at the very start of it. Why Vnukovo? Because it is the home base for Russia Airlines that also carries Vladimir Putin and other top Russian officials. Something big is burning there, and it's not that house that we saw. It is something different out there in Moscow even. Very interesting. Finally, it's time for the Moscow volcano. Yeah, probably this building was too much tall. Yeah, and she's screaming, this is the war. Okay, shit happens. But again, that smoke is coming, it's not from that particular building, it is some part of the infrastructure that was hit. The building itself, I would say it's fine, some of the heater is been installed, and also, like, the main strike happened at this wall on the top, so I guess everyone is okay there. It looks spectacular on the camera, especially those sound effects. But you see, there is the part of the infrastructure here, some of the very big, what is this? This is the cooling tower, like on power plants. Very interesting. And here we have one more image of what could burn. There is Zelenograd, Moskovska Oblast. This is the satellite city of Moscow. The Angstrom factory, the developer and producer of semiconductors. Transistors and micro schemes and microprocessors. It is under the sanctions of the United States of America, still, and Ukraine applied its own kinetic sanctions, which I would say are more effective. Visually, at least, we see that they're working very, very well. It's been geolocated, confirmed from multiple of the angles. Yeah, fantastic job for Ukrainian drone operators. Yeah, some of the drones were shut down, and maybe some of the drone trajectory went in line in some of the buildings nearby, but the task is being achieved, and it is the main thing. I'm sure that this facility will not continue its operation, which is awesome. Plus, some of the reservoirs were hit. Looks like the oil storages, probably also in the Moscow region, but I'm not sure. Maybe this is what gives this volcanic splay smoke that goes for several kilometers. Yeah, the oil storage was hit in Moscow region. and here we see close perspective. Firefighters already out there, several of the tanks, located in Solnechnogorsk, Durykino, Moskovskaya Oblast. Nice. And this is an example of the successful interception of Ukrainian drone by Russians, but you'll see where they intercepted it.
Мужики, подбейте, подбейте, О, блядь! Да ну нахуй!
You see, they were lucky. Probably second missile hit the drone, or maybe it hit the tree. But you see also a playground. A freaking playground. And if it was a daytime and no airy sirens, there could be kids playing. So Russians are intercepting Ukrainian drones just over heads of the ordinary Russians, civilians who live there. Ukraine doesn't do it. At least over big towns or cities, Ukraine doesn't intercept Russian Shaheds. They're being met before settlements. If they're over them, well, it's better not to intercept because they might harm people. Well, for Ukraine, the plus that it doesn't have this sensitive and big infrastructure as, for example, Russia, with those huge refineries, big oil ports. So Russia actually has lots of the targets, unlike Ukraine. Ukraine may lose, maybe in the worst case scenario, some of the Patriot launcher or Patriot radar. But in general, it will not be decisive for Ukrainian military. At the same time, for Russia, then they lose refineries, ports. It is crucial for their economy and for their war machine. And yeah, using interceptors over the city, it's stupid. But actually, I'm very surprised because in Moscow region, Russia has a very advanced air defense, several layers of those. They intercept drones, but some drones made it to the ground, to the targets, quite precisely. And here's a very interesting image of the Russian air defense missile. So it flies over here, you see, they launched it, and it flies back to hit just random part of, luckily for them, this forest patch, I think. Well, there could be some of the smaller buildings, households, so they hit random place. Luckily, we have some of the videos published by Eyewitnesses. Very, very interesting. Russian air defense also could be kind of dangerous for Russians themselves. Instead of protecting, they're making harm. One more video from the local oil storage, or maybe it's the pumping station as well. As we see here, at least 2 tanks are on fire. Fire is being spread around, so maybe it will also cover nearby tanks. And that civilian building, we have this photo, one balcony is gone here below, but even the wall is fine, no fire, everything is pretty much okay. But it shows to Russians that their country is at war, and the circumstances of that war, they're pretty much visible for them as well. They're in shock, they're shaking, and they feel what Ukrainians are feeling for long 4 years, even more. So do I have some of the hate or empathy towards them? No, I'm just no emotions, you know.
Ёб твою мать!
Блять, просто ахуй какой-то.
Entertainment or entertainment.
Это пизда!
Well, it looks dramatic, but we already saw the outcomes. Not too much damage done to the building. It was just on the way, maybe, or it could be a Russian air defense, Russian electronic warfare. But for sure, it's not the aim. Like, Ukraine will not waste those drones just for civilian buildings. It's a useless thing. But if it happens, it happens. It's war after all, right? Some drones may fly somewhere not in the proper places for multiple of the reasons. And the Russians will have to get used to it, or they have to leave Russia. You see, the air defense just smashed this drone, so it's very hard to penetrate it. It's after all very capable. But again, just over the buildings, you see. Very, very low altitude, so Panzer S1 is capable for that. It's actually a good system that Russia has. One more interception.
Вот он, беспилотник. Шибли.
Looks like looted drone. Will it kaboom? No, didn't kaboom. And one more interception is here. Wow. Right, right in the populated area, okay. It looks like looted drones were used. Yeah, this is a looty. This is not FP1, FP2. Looty is also very capable for the long-range strikes. Fantastic. The fire is spreading from one tank to another. It's not the end of the fire, it's just the beginning.
Шереметьево, блядь, обстреливают.
She says that Sheremetyevo airfield is under attack. She filmed lots of the videos from her window. Definitely, it's like that. We have our correspondents on the place. They're showing us the real picture of what has been intercepted, what has been hit, and they geolocate the positions of the Russian air defense. Thank you, Russians. Camera frozen at the very interesting moment. Yeah, it is unexpected.
Чё за хуйня? Пиздец! Попали, короче, ПВО попало в соседний дом, дом напротив.
Don't pay attention on visuals. Actually, here we obtained very interesting information that Russian air defense hit nearby building. Russian air defense hit nearby building. Probably she says, yeah.
Напротив, прям через дорогу от Никитиного дома.
So the nearby building just across was hit. She tells the number of the house, it's 11th. And she basically told the geolocation, so we have the confirmation from people that Russian air defense is defending themselves against their own buildings. Interesting. And here we have the picture from Russian Perm. There is some of the hangar that kaboomed. It wasn't the attack of Ukrainian drones. Something just kaboomed there. Ooh. It's kind of small, but at the same time the smoke is big. Like a small volcano, yeah? Interesting. So our analysts are saying that today it was the largest attack on Moscow since the start of the full-scale invasion. Dozens of objects were hit, but it's impossible to see everything at once. So we're still waiting for more videos, more information coming. Where oil products are burning, it is clear that the object has been hit, but there were probably also objects that did not burn. Lots of the Russian channels are now closed. They applied their own censorship, and we have to wait for satellite images to analyze what particularly was hit and the scale of this attack. But it is understandable already that more than 600 drones from Ukraine were sent to Russia the last night. The defense forces of Ukraine once again proved that nothing is impossible, even if you have 4, 5 or more defense lines. It means air defense lines. Today, the myth of the Russian air defense has been dispelled by the strikes of Ukrainian drones. Various types of the strike drones were used in the raid, and jet drones were also detected over Moscow region. So yeah, this is the major strike, the major attack, and I'm very up to timing now, because I'm filming this early morning for Ukrainian time, and I'm gonna edit this video, upload as soon as possible. Yeah, for the United States it's gonna be night, but Europeans, my friends, you'll wake up and you'll see those interesting news coming from not Ukraine, but from Russia. And the Russian Defense Ministry already said that they've shut down 556 drones of Ukraine. Okay, 556. Ukraine says more than 600. Yeah, as we saw, Russia definitely shut down several of the Ukrainian drones, for sure. There is the legitimate image about it. But many drones, they made it. There were ground kabooms, quite successful. And here we have Crimea. A fire was detected on territory of Belbek military airfield of Russia. NASA satellites already shared the images of the massive fire on territory of this apron. This is the place, could be for the Russian air defense, could be for the Russian fighter jets, which are quite visible on this photo. It could be everything, so we are waiting for the fresh satellite images from the place. Not just fire detection, but locals also report about several of the kabooms on territory of Belbek. Yeah, Ukraine double strikes on Russian oil refineries this year. It is visible. Since August, Ukraine intensified those strikes dramatically. and the scale of attacks is rising, skyrocketing, and Russians simply cannot do a thing about it. Some Russian experts are calling even to use nukes against Ukraine, but with nukes Russia will not achieve its goals in Ukraine, so nukes are useless, and probably I'm gonna film a separate video about using nukes potentially in the war against Ukraine, and why do I think that it's not the threat currently for Ukraine. About nukes, Budanov mentioned that there are no signs that Russia is preparing a nuclear strike. He also expressed confidence that negotiations between Kiev and Moscow could eventually help to end the war. We'll see. Ukraine is pushing Russia for the real negotiations and for the real ceasefire, but Putin wants to continue this war no matter what. But from what we see, Ukraine is already projecting its force directly to Moscow or Moscow region, so getting close to Putin. It's like the sign to him, look, we need to stop it because SMO is going to be all across the Russia and you'll have to hide yourself all the time. Well, Putin is hiding. It is understandable. He's afraid. Nevertheless, because of his personal freaking ambitions, he wants this war to continue and to somehow reach the goal of his special military operation, which is doomed. It is standstill. Russia bogged down, but he doesn't understand that. Right guys, that's it for today, and please support my job on Patreon. The link for it is in the video description right below. Or support me on membership of the channel by pressing button join somewhere here if you watch me on YouTube. My friends, only with your support my job is possible, so it is very important. Yeah, obviously if you can, you may support this channel. I'm not like begging for something, but it really helps for me to record videos. Sometimes 2 times per day, sometimes each day, depends, yeah, on news, on everything, but you motivate me quite a lot. Basically, you employ me for this job. So thank you guys, you're awesome, you are the best. And also, don't forget to press like to this video and subscribe for the channel because it matters a lot. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are and have a great time.